And it gets to a point that everyone is saying, if I'm giving you 2 naira, I'll double it. I'll triple it. And you know what I'm talking about. If you lose, you've lost everything. Everything you've put in from the beginning to that point. If you win, your spending has just started. Yeah. You win, and then everybody is happy. You are happy. And then they give you a bill on how to move on. Who comes in? The parties are not buoyant. They don't have the funds to be able to support. So you keep looking for. Some sell houses, some sell their hotels, some sell. You just dispose with everything. Take loans with the hope that you'll win. And when you win, you'll be able to pay back.
How? You're going to serve your people?
That's the point. So, when you win, naturally, if you're owing people, you need to pay them back. And so, you will start looking at how to pay back. That is how people start running around. You go to every ministry. You go to every parastatal. Any little thing that comes, you want to exploit it. And except we sit down and think about the electioneering process and see to crashing it, we will only get those people who are able to afford the payments.
Because I think about
elections.
I think about the fact that before you go into politics, the idea is to ensure that you are already comfortable and you can take care of yourself. You're not going there to steal.
Oh, if you're comfortable, are you comfortable to go and use your earnings to work for free? You must be able to get something out of it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be rich. I am not in any way wealthy, but I am comfortable. And I feel happy that I can touch lives. But I ask you, how many people can do that? It's easy for me. I'm a woman. I have a husband. He might not be able to give me what I want, but we'll put food on the table. It might not be filet mignon, but if it's ordinary gari, he will put there. If I have nothing else, I'll manage. But there are those who have wives, who have children, who also have dependents. How do they continue?
Now, this sounds quite ominous. I worry about the future of politics in Nigeria. If this is what's still happening, because right now what we're hearing is complained, for the first time people are having an indication of the kind of money our legislators earn. Whether it's true, but we do know what it says. You take home 800 and something thousand, but I know that as a senator you should be earning more than $1 million.
It's about $1 million, and when we just came in, it was a little over $1 million. However, they gave us a loan to furnish our apartments. I think they give us 4 or 5 million, and they're now deducting. Then they give us, I think, a car loan, which is also being deducted. It first went down to 741. Then I think we've been able to offset in 1.5 years. So it's now 851. Because I take it as a point of duty to see what I earn every month. And don't forget that as a senator, you have to be able to support your party. Of course, you can't be there and not do anything for the party. So you've got to think of how, even out of that. But you see, whether you like it or not, that is the statutory right that I have, my salary.
But isn't it too much?
How?
People feel that in a situation where things are hard, why should a senator or anybody walk away with, so much money?
How much does the minister earn? That's the point. That is the point. How much do they earn? Because at a particular point in your life, you must be able to earn
Something that won't turn into a thief.
Something that won't turn you into a thief. And so, I believe at that level, everyone earns close to that.
Well, this really isn't about how much you earn or how much you don't earn. But that's one of the things that have been making the rounds in the past year, because suddenly these things are public and people are looking at it. So I just want to know from you, I want to understand what the challenges of being a legislator in Nigeria today are. What are the major challenges?
The major challenges stem from the fact that you come in with plenty of grandiose ideas, but you get in there knowing that you have limitations. And those limitations are very glaring. And you probably had promised everything you could never do
to your
constituents. And then you get there and you say it's not possible. For instance, when I was campaigning, I promised I would get as many people jobs, because that was the major problem in my constituency. I knew I had to mobilize hospitals, empower them, infrastructure. But I knew one thing that bothered them the most was unemployment. I got here. In the last 1 year and a half, maybe I've been able to help 2 people. Maybe. And so, you find out that you only saw the small picture. Now you see the big picture.
Are you helpless? Do you feel helpless?
Yes, of course I do. I feel helpless.
Is it a function of being in a party that's not in the majority?
I don't think so. I think it's a function of being in a system whereby things are not just working right. It wasn't like that in the past. People could come in and assist and get 20 people, 30 people jobs.
In the past?
Yes.
Recent past or distant past?
Recent past. But all of a sudden, the jobs are not there. And when the jobs are there, they don't have the funds with which to pay salaries.
So I would like to end with you telling me what advice would you give to politicians, especially given what's happening now. We don't know what's going to happen in the state that's very close to you, Ondo State. We don't know what's happening. You know, people talk. What is the role of the media? What is the role of the people in ensuring that this democracy doesn't go down the line, even with the recession that we say we're experiencing now?
I think the media needs to help by digging deep and putting the issues in their proper perspectives. Because, you see, the problems are myriad. It's not about payment. It's not about what you earn. It's about what are we doing for our constituents? How have we impacted on our constituents?
How have you impacted?
Well,
apart from these jobs you didn't give them.
Oh, well, I've done a lot. I've empowered so many people. At least in the last 1.5 years, I've been able to properly empower at least 2,500.
So we can say that the constituency projects money that people like you got ended up in the constituency.
I've not gotten any. It should have been in this budget. And it is not cash. It is usually projects. And the ministries will never give you cash. But when you have constituency projects, you decide on what you want to take to your various local governments. And then you go pursue them and ensure that they are sited where
you want
them to be, so that they can help the people.
But are you pessimistic, optimistic?
I'm optimistic. I know that we'll get to a stage whereby we will have to come together and say we must reduce the cost of electioneering. We just must. And people must stop stop putting all their burden on elected officials.
Thank you very much, man, for being my guest.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for being patient with me. I was digging you from different corners, but I really needed to understand this whole issue about what people earn and all of that. I appreciate it, and I hope that the next time there'll be more women joining you.
Yes, we didn't get it right this time. The only time we got it right, the NGOs came with us, NDI, RRI came with us, and we went to the parties, and the parties deliberately left certain positions for women.
But this time,
we will get it right. We're at it again.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Yes, always an insightful conversation, especially when it comes to women. Very forthright. Remember, sometime last year, she was the one that said she actually paid for votes. But whatever it is, the lessons we take away from conversing with people who are in legislative arm of government is that there's still a long way to go. And some of the responsibility actually lies with us in what we demand from them. Is it money or service? Thoughts for another day, maybe. But next week, I'll be talking to another legislator, another female legislator on this program. We'll see you then. Bye.